There's a fresh flowering of drama for Spring on 4 with Film on 4, Sacred Hearts.
You were not brought into this world to think, but to serve God by becoming a good mother or a nun.
Peter Bowles returns in a new series of the Irish RM, in trouble with the local priest.
You're in favour of education?
Well, of course.
Dear God, these English.
There's nothing more peculiarly English than the capricious characters in Map and Lucia.
Does this mean war, Lucia?
Not yet. But it is springtime on Channel 4.
And now on TVS, half an hour of comedy in There Comes a Time.
Mother, I can't sleep for Jane's sobbing. Mother?
Oh, Peter. Can't you sleep, dear?
Mother, I don't know how long Jane's going to mourn Father's imminent passing, but if it goes on the whole 6 months, I'm going to be a nervous wreck.
Don't worry, dear. She'll soon find something else to entertain her. I used to love a good cry when I was a girl. It seemed such a challenge to get the whole of one day's mascara off in a single session.
Listen, I thought I'd take the opportunity of having a final chat with Father.
Final chat? But he's got months to go before he actually pops off.
No, not final chat, just final chat of the night, final chat. Before I turn in, try again.
Like a cocoa to take you on the way?
No, thank you. I've had my glass of warm water. Don't want to spoil the taste. Do you think he might turn up at the office tomorrow?
I really don't know, dear. He's been behaving very peculiarly since this whole business started.
But it's such an unbelievably important day in the firm's life that he simply must be there. I mean, look, Cedric's actually going to be switched on.
Cedric? Cedric who, dear?
Not Cedric who, Cedric what?
All right, dear. I'm not one to quibble about grammatical points. Cedric what?
A central electrical digital robot in charge. Cedric for short. All the functions of the office and the factory will be totally, finally automated.
I don't see much point in him going in if it's all going to be automatic.
Oh, Mother, it's absolutely essential that he's there to switch it on. Look, I must speak to him. Where is he?
In the garden.
But in the garden? At this time of night, doing what?
Well, when I last looked, he was talking to your gnomes.
No, that's all I need. A totally deranged father.
But you talk to your gnomes, dear. I've seen you.
Well, that's different. They belong to me.
Oh, but of course. Yes, I was forgetting.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Father!
Up above the clouds so high, like a diamond in the sky.
Father, Mother's made your cocoa. Are you all right, Father? You're not going potty or anything, are you?
Have a seat, Peter.
Yes, well, I've always made a point of not sitting on cold concrete. Got all warm radiators. Ever since Grandad told me what could happen, you know.
Sit.
Right.
No, don't say anything. Just look.
Look where?
There.
Why?
Oh, just to put it all into perspective.
Well, to put what into perspective?
Life. We're a speck on a speck. One of 1,000 million specks adrift on a grain of sand, afloat in the endless universe.
Well, two, surely.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it's two, surely. Well, you said 1 of 1,000 billion specks, and you and I would equal 2.
Peter, this is no time to quibble about numbers. I'm trying to share a beautiful thought with you.
Well, there's no excuse for sloppy synonyms, surely.
Just listen.
If I must.
Where was I?
A speck in the boundless universe. But even that's a bit wide of the mark, according to Einstein's theory.
I'm simply trying to say that I've just realized we're so infinitely small in the order of things to be of no more importance on a cosmic scale than a mite of dust in the dome of St. Paul's.
Cathedral?
Yes. And yet, it still hurts so much when we discover that there's a term to our puny existence. Hurts so much to know that we must end. You see what I'm trying to say?
Quite frankly, I've not the faintest idea.
Well, what is life all about? It must be more than just self, otherwise there's no point to it. No. I'm not simply me, but part of the world, the stars, the universe, the cosmos. Part of matter itself, and therefore indestructible. I shall live on to the end of eternity, even though my earthly body will die. Now do you understand?
Yes, I understand, all right. You've gone potty. Well, that's just the boost my career needs at the moment. Thank you very much, Father. Good night.
You haven't really understood a word I've been trying to say, have you?
Being honest, no. I only know that tomorrow is the most important day of my career, and you're going to ruin it for me.
Tomorrow?
Yes. Look, Cedric's going to be switched on.
Good Lord, Cedric.
Yes. And to you, as senior executive, falls the honour of putting him online.
Is it really that important to you that I go in?
Yes. Look, being terribly honest, Father, well, the glory does reflect. And for once, I shall be very proud to be your son. Outside of office hours, that is.
All right, I'll go in. Switch Cedric on.
Fantastic. Father, I can't tell you how thrilled I am. In fact, I don't think I've been so pleased since the day you finally let me play with my electric train set. In fact, I'm so excited I could almost, dash it, I will. Sorry about that.
Been for a swim, dear?
Fish pond.
Wouldn't have thought it was deep enough.
Peter kissed me.
Must have been an awfully sloppy kiss.
No, into the fish pond.
Oh, that explains it. Aggressive or friendly?
Oh, friendly, I think.
Oh, good. Coco's cold.
I was just trying to explain to him some thoughts I'd had on life and death. Would you like me to tell you?
No, thank you, dear. And I do think, quite honestly, it's about time we drop the subject altogether. Personally, I'm of the opinion that providing it doesn't hurt when one goes, and there's bridge and gin and tonic on the other side, well, it shouldn't be too bad at all.
I've only got 6 months.
Don't worry, dear, it'll soon pass.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, I better dry off and get an early night. Got to be fresh to face Cedric in the morning.
Ah, Cedric. Central Electrical Digital Robot in Charge.
Yes, that's the one. Right you are, Cedric. Here I come.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dorian. Did you pass my message along?
Yes, they're all ready and waiting to join you, sir.
Good. Nice to see you back, sir. Thank you, Tom.
Tony, where have you been?
Good morning. Good morning.
I've been trying to contact you for days.
Not now, Harry.
Can I send my article on your case to the Lancet? Do I have your permission?
No.
Tony, please. My career depends on it.
Some other time, Harry.
Today, later?
No, not today. Today belongs to Cedric and the future.
And so, fellow directors,
Senior management, junior management, staff,
Cleaners.
cleaners. Cleaners? What on earth are you doing down here,
I'm
Doris?
as much right here as anyone. I've played my small part too, you know.
Yes, of course you are. Just a bit surprised, that's all. Sorry.
That's all right, dear. You carry on.
Thank you. Today marks the end of 2 years' research, installation, and dedicated overtime. You all know the part you played in its inception.
Not half. The amount of sweeping up I've had to do after you lot had to be seen to be believed.
The most modern computer in the world is about to be at the very pulsing heart of this building in which we stand and the factories beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly give you Cedric.
Cedric!
Cedric. At this very moment, our beloved chairman, just switch the monitor on, will you, George?
Yes, sir.
Our chairman is about to step onto the 7th green in order to putt the shot that will be the last link necessary to put Cedric online, as they say.
How is such a long-distance switching possible, sir?
Oh, well, that's very straightforward. George?
All the holes on the firm's course are now micro-linked into Cedric's system. He will be able to read from any golf ball who is playing, even know what the score is at any given time during a round, and keep track of everybody's handicap.
What's saying it clever?
Perfectly straightforward. We haven't, as it happens, told our chairman that we've arranged television coverage of today, as he's rather shy of the camera.
Are they ready for me now, do you think?
I'll just check, sir.
Good.
Hello, Cedric. Control room. Do you read me?
Yes, we read you loud and clear, Billy. The chairman can go ahead as soon as he's ready.
They say any time you're ready, sir.
Ah, good. Now, this may be a giant step for playtime electronics, but merely a short putt for the chairman. Oh, my God, look there.
Where, sir?
There!
Just turn it off, George, will you? Ladies and gentlemen,
Well done, sir.
Cedric awakes.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody!
Hello!
Oh, dear. No, it's hello, Cedric, you have to say. All together now. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, Cedric!
Very good. Now, off you all go and try out my lovely new bits and pieces.
Excuse me. Look, Tony, you must let me send my report on your condition to the Lancet. Can we talk about it?
Not now, Harry. Can't you see something's wrong here?
Come on, Dr. Eaton. Off you go. Test your equipment.
Don't use that tone of voice to me, a robot. I'm not only the company doctor, I'm also a director.
Nobody's irreplaceable, Four Eyes.
This thing is insufferable, Tone. If you ask me, it could do with a very firm kick in the chips.
There's a good boy. Keep taking the tablets.
We were having a private conversation.
There's no such thing as a private conversation from here on out. I've got a listening device in every single room in the complex, so my ears are here, there, and everywhere.
George, it's just a thought. I know it's early days yet, but does it have to talk in this perfectly ridiculous voice?
Watch it, mate. I've already got my eye on you.
Yes, I'm sorry about the voice, but numerous scientific studies have shown that the less posh, for want of a better term, the computer's voice is, the more readily people accept it as being one of them.
Oh, cheeky.
Yes, he does have different qualities for different levels. Cedric?
Yes?
Could you possibly give us a taste of your reporting production levels to the board voice?
No.
Oh, fair enough. There are still 1 or 2 small adjustments to be made.
Yes, I'll be in my office. Let me know if any other problems turn up.
No, not him, George. You'll let me know if any problems turn up. From now on, I'm the boss. Do you hear? I am the boss.
George, switch it off.
Just you try it. I warned you. Keep back. Switching off is just not on.
We must have a meeting of the board immediately. This is a catastrophe. I think we may have created a monster.
There'll be no board... Don't you dare walk away from me while I'm talking to you. I demand to be consulted about everything. There'll be no board meetings behind my back. Do you hear me? It's my factory you're talking about. Mine. I'm president here, if not king. Do you hear me? I'm on top of the world, Ma! I am the greatest! I am the greatest!
Oh, dear, what have we done? Brownston pickle tonight, then?
Of course.
You're sure it's Brownston from Cross and Blackwell? Nothing else will do, you know. All those succulent, crisp vegetables and that distinctive tangy sauce. Unique. That's the only word for it. Absolutely unique.
A little something to go with it.
Delicious.
Seconds.
Bring out the Branston. Nothing else will do. You and Cross and Blackwell make tastier meals.
Maxwell House have reached up higher to find the finest dreams. When Maxwell House went further, we discovered better coffee beans.
Maxwell House have reached higher into the Colombian mountains to give you new high-blend Maxwell House. New high-blend Maxwell House, a new high in coffee flavor.
You and your family have worked hard for life's little luxuries. Some you can only afford now and again.
Bermuda looks nice.
Simon, Bermuda.
Roger Wilco.
But there's one luxury you should never be without. Imperial leather. Imperial leather. Luxury you can afford every day.
Why let painful, sensitive teeth cloud your day when you can easily find protection? Use Fresh Mint Sensodyne toothpaste and ask your dentist about sensitivity. With regular daily use, Sensodyne's special formula progressively acts on the sensitive areas to relieve the pain. And Sensodyne cleans as brightly as any other toothpaste. Sensodyne's been proven time and time again to relieve the pain of sensitive teeth.
I'm Bernard Matthews, and I believe this is the juiciest, tenderest turkey you can give your family this Easter. Golden Norfolk from Matthews Norfolk Farms. Beautiful.
Why can't this fully qualified accountant choose between ordinary English cheddar and St. Ivel shape? Has the wild, wacky world of accountancy taken its toll on his taste buds? No. It's because they taste as good as each other. But shape has half the fat. You don't have to give up taste with St. Ivel shape.
Usual touch of whiskey?
Please. Almost time I gave you another golf lesson, Vanessa.
When the weather's a little warmer, perhaps.
Oh, good. I shall look forward to that.
Hey, one more.
Vanessa, what is the matter with Maud? What's she doing here?
Claude walked out in a fury just before you all arrived, hence Maud's tears.
Fury?
She passed his opening bid of 2 hearts when he had a lay-down grand slam. He said he was leaving her for good, going to set up home with the other person. First Maud had heard of it.
Good Lord, what's her name?
Philip.
Philip? That's a funny sort of name for a woman.
It's not a woman, it's a chap.
Good Lord.
That's the other thing that's miffed her a bit. That and the fact that Claude said that Philip had much better legs than she had in any case. Come along, Maud. Let's go and not talk about your problems in the other room. Excuse us, gentlemen.
Tony, we've got to talk.
Oh, later. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I've had to hold this meeting in this unaccustomed place, but needs must. At least Cedric can't reach us here.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, no, not now, darling. Can't you see I'm busy? Please.
I know how you feel, Jane. The man has no heart.
This is no time to talk about that now. Excuse me, please. Sorry about that. She'll be all right now.
I think the boardroom would have been quieter than this.
Yes, I quite agree.
Could have hired a room at the Lancet. I think actually we might have been better off holding the meeting in the clubhouse.
We can't be sure that Cedric hasn't got that bugged, as well as all the holes by now.
Well, surely not. I mean, Cedric's clerical, and clericals aren't allowed in the clubhouse.
I'm afraid he considers himself almost as a king.
Not the only one who's got an inflated sense of his own value.
Best not to take chances. It seems he's developed a vicious temper. Doreen, could you report your findings to the board, please?
Well, it wouldn't let any of the secretarial staff throughout the complex do any of the things a typist would normally do to pass the time. No private phone calls allowed, and it put an electric current through the typewriter if anyone tried to type a personal letter. And it made filing very difficult.
He certainly is vicious. I mean, I got fed up with his constant comments about my game. So he decided to cut his voice box out on the 18th. Borrowed the garden secateurs. That damn thing shocked me. Mind you, I must say, he warned me that's what he'd do, but I didn't think he'd be able to.
Oh, yes, he's capable, all right. When the chief shop steward rang in tears and said that the whole workforce would walk out if it didn't stop blowing raspberries every time they made a little mistake, I finally decided to make a concerted effort to close it down.
And?
It wouldn't let me. It put a high voltage through every switch to stop them being touched.
Protective gloves.
It wouldn't let any of the storerooms or cupboards be opened. One of my chaps did borrow Doris's washing up gloves. Unfortunately, Cedric created a magnetic field round the cubicle which pulled his face down onto the metal and shocked him that way.
He must have been wearing something metallic, I suppose. A necklet, perhaps?
No, the metal fillings in his teeth.
How is he?
Still with the company dentist.
But, gentlemen, the time has come when decisions have to be made. Now, we've got to do something very quickly.
Father! Father! You know what you've done and done? You and a stupid computer of yours. It's gone completely mad.
Good God. Chairman. Directors.
Emergency board meeting in progress, Peter?
Well, I had absolutely no idea, sir. Well, I only hope you'll forgive my barging in like this. And it won't go down on record as an unforgivable breach of etiquette. It's just that, you see, when you don't need it, you see, this is my home.
Sorry about that.
Don't I know that young man from somewhere?
He's a junior at the office. Jolly good chap, as it happens.
Oh, your son.
That's the one.
This isn't bringing us to the heart of things. We've got to do something. The whole place is in a state of chaos. All the workers are out on strike. Production has risen by 75% and is still going up. It's intolerable.
Production's gone up what?
75%.
And the workers are on strike?
Yes.
Then why do we have to do anything? I mean, we can go on paying them to stay at home.
Oh, come.
It's only me, Tony.
Darling, do you think you could avoid popping in?
But, darling, there's someone on the phone says it's absolutely vital that they speak to you now.
Yes, well, can you tell them, please, that we're in an important meeting about Cedric and we're not to be disturbed?
But, darling, that's who it is, Cedric.
What?
And he also says, stop talking behind his back.
I know.
Gentlemen, calm yourselves.
Think blood pressure.
What on earth are we to do?
This meeting was supposed to be secret. There seems to be nothing he doesn't know.
I wonder.
Cedric? Cedric, you hear me?
I hear you.
I want to talk to you.
Well, go ahead, talk.
No, not here. In your control room, face to transducer.
Why?
I had 3 questions to put to you. 3 very difficult questions.
I know the answer to any question that man can devise. Even if I didn't, one of the other computers I am controlling would be sure to know.
If you get them right, we will allow you to take over here totally.
I already have taken over here totally, so who needs questions?
We will let you take over here officially.
Honest?
Honest.
All this would be mine official?
Providing you come up with the correct answer.
You're on. Right. 3 questions, and 3 questions only.
Yes, shortly. You know I've only got 6 months to live, don't you?
Of course I know everything. I checked the doctor's file on your fascinating condition. Week 31, 12 o'clock on the dot, high noon for Tony. Do not forsake me, oh my darling.
All right. First question.
Yes?
What is man?
Too easy. Man, more correctly defined as Homo sapiens, coming as he does from a long line of hyperactive monkeys, walks with a gait and general bearing that would not be out of place at the local zoo. He is a bipedal, upright, 2-legged creature, except when in the common human state known as totally legless. He is a...
Yes, all right. Now then, what is life?
Hang on. I've got another 4 hours on man to give you.
What is life?
Oh. Life is being alive, essentially the spark that animates the potentially inanimate. For life to be created, other life must be present. Man in his infinite wisdom...
not what is man, what is life?
Life and man are inseparable for discussion purposes.
What is life?
Don't think you can fool me with your stupid questions, trying to overstretch my thinking potential and cause a nervous breakdown. There's no question that would stretch my capabilities to that degree ever. Now, your final question.
What is life all about?
Life is all about, but man is life, life is man, life. Life is all about man, life is all about life.
And now, Cedric, now you know what it feels like to have a human dilemma.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
In just a few moments, here on TVS, we bring you The Last Place on Earth.